So you do realize that people project from their level of consciousness wherever they are in their journey, right? So I say this so I can, because I want to help you guys free yourself from the limitations of other people, right? Um, because you could just be living your life freely, you know what I'm saying? And you're doing your own thing. Everything is great, and then here comes the hate, right? It's inevitable. Somebody's always going to not agree with what you're doing. Someone's always going to oppose what you have to say or try to criticize you. And I want you to understand that however people criticize you, however people come up against you, whatever they do or say is not in a personal attack on you. I really want you guys to understand it's not in a personal attack. You have to understand that this is where they are consciously in their mind, right? So if they're being petty, trying to play petty games, be immature, throw shade, overly criticize you, whatever tactics that these people do, you have to understand that it's because that is who they are on the inside, so they're childish and immature. So when they do childish and immature things towards you, it's easy for us to be sensitive and want to clap back, or it's easy for us to take that personal and internalize that. But instead of internalizing it, because that's their goal, they want us to internalize it and make it ours. It's their projection on us. They see us and they see our light. You know what I'm saying? And they're not on the same level. So what they try to do is project, cast this illusion onto you, hoping that you catch on to that and you're tricked and into believing what they want you to feel or think about yourself. And, a lot of people fall victim to the projections of other people. A lot of people feel pressured by the projections of other people. And then this is what keeps people in these states of consciousness where they are in lack or they're in limitation, and you don't feel as free anymore. Now you're concerned about how other people are feeling about you. Now you're questioning and second guessing yourself, right? Because of someone else's lack or limitation in consciousness. And so it's so important, guys, to really get to know yourself on the deepest levels, get to know everything about you. Really take the time out to get to know yourself thoroughly. Because once you get to know yourself, and you accept yourself and you embrace yourself and you own and embody who you are, it gets very, very hard for people to project onto you. It gets very, very difficult for people to manipulate you and come in and play in your face, right? Why? Because you've got to know yourself on such a deep level that you know what your triggers are. You know what your wants and needs are. You know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You know how you are and your default energy when it is just you by yourself alone. So when you get around other people and the energy starts to feel weird, or you know what your energy is and you know what is not your energy, right? And that's going to be important because this is how you will detect, this is how you will feel, this is how you will know when somebody is projecting their miserable energy onto you versus it being your own, because you've gotten to know who you are on the deepest levels. So when people come around trying to project, you automatically reject it automatically because no, that's not me. That's them. They're projecting. It's not me at all, And so that's why the more you get to know yourself and fine tune who you are, it becomes that extremely challenging for people to come in and project because you know who you are. So if you know who you are, can't nobody tell you who you're not, right? Can't nobody come in and just shake you up. You become unshakable. You become that solid rock that you are supposed to be, that God wants you to be, because listen, you really took the time out to get to know who you are. You know, so many people avoid getting to know themselves on a deeper level. So many people shy away and they put on these masks. So many people don't embrace their uniqueness and individuality. And, you know, they put on masks so that they can be like other people or be well liked, right? And so they go their whole lives, you know, performing that they're lost. They don't know who they are. And they're so concerned about how other people view them and see them that when people project on them all the time, and they're just getting run over and run through and just they're just getting turned every which way, you know, because they're allowing these projections to have that much control and hold that much weight on them because they don't know who they are. So they don't know where this energy comes from. So what happens is they end up internalizing it, thinking it's theirs, and now they embody what was being projected onto them, right? And this is how people can come in and control and manipulate you because you don't know who you are. So if you don't know who you are, you're going to internalize that projection. This is why it's so important, so crucial to get to know who you are, guys. And once you know who you are, I'm telling you, you will see, okay, they're just a hater. Oh, they're just miserable because I know who I am, and I know I'm not that, and I know who I am, you know, because I got to know me, right? See how powerful that is? So the next time that somebody tries to hate on you, throw shade on you, you know what I'm saying? Just don't even take it personal. Brush it off. You know what I'm saying? Show them how unbothered you are because you know who you are, collective. You know who you are. And can't nobody else tell you who you are because you've taken the time out to get to know who you are, okay? Who am I talking to, collective? I know I'm talking to somebody. I know I can't just be out here alone. You know, if this message resonates with you in any way, let me know in the comments below, okay? And if this is your first time here on my channel and you enjoy my content, make sure you subscribe. I would definitely love to have you a part of our tribe. Thank you guys for continuing to support. It's Karkar. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.